Hey there, fight fans. Today in this video, one of the brightest fighters of our time, Zabit Magomedsharipov, refused the UFC management to resume his professional career. The departure of Magomedsharipov caused sincere regret among many fans too. The UFC and the sport have lost a bright and talented fighter who could really delight everyone with all of his really exciting fights. Also in this video, Paulo Costa is already trying to get into Khamzat Chimaev's head, but some of Costa's behavior has crossed the line. Believe me, some of Costa's actions deeply offend Chimaev as a Chechen. Also, Tom Aspinall replied to Jon Jones, who wrote to him on social media. And at the end of the video, Conor McGregor surprised his wife and presented a Range Rover. As avid MMA and UFC fans, we all love analyzing fights and predicting outcomes. Enter Underdog Fantasy, the best and easiest way to play fantasy sports and test your fight prediction skills. Just pick higher or lower on a fighter's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. Underdog keeps it super simple with their easy-to-use website and mobile apps. Pick between 2 and 5 fighters to fill out your pick'em entry. Get every pick right and take home some cold, hard cash. Be sure to use the code GENIALMMA and get your first deposit doubled by up to $100 by Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is available in many states across the U.S., so check this map to see if you are in one of those eligible states. Again, sign up on UnderdogFantasy.com or download their app, use the code GENIALMMA, and start testing your MMA predicting skills today. So let's just go ahead and kick things off in order. Tom Aspinall, who took down Poland's Marcin Tybura with ease at UFC Fight Night 224 in London, is delighted that his performance caught the attention of the reigning division champion Jon Jones, who had tweeted about it. "He knows that I exist," said the Brit at a press conference after the event. "He knows about my existence, and this is already a big progress, a big victory in itself. I am delighted with this. The whole week before that I was talking about my goal being to motivate Jon Jones to stay and fight me.
I want to motivate Jon Jones to stick around and fight me. Like, that is my absolute dream, mate. Like, the thought of that. Mate, you're from Atherton. I'm from Atherton. A guy from Atherton fighting Jon Jones, mate.
Wild.
Oh my goodness."
After the fight, Aspinall said that he wanted to fight the winner of the fight between Cyril Gane and Sergey, and then promised to beat the champion, and the British heavyweight also believes that he could become a very serious contender and problem for Jon Jones. "I think we are a good match for each other as rivals. I'm young and fresh, and I don't have that much mileage. I'm a big guy, and I can do a lot. I am fast, strong, heavy, which sets me apart from most of the opponents that Jon Jones has faced in the past. I just think that I can offer him something new, and I guess he knows about it." Now, as you know, big changes are coming in the heavyweight division this fall. And no doubt Sergey Pavlovich is on the path to a title shot regardless of the outcome between Jones and Miocic, and regardless of whether Jones and Stipe continue their careers. If both fighters decide to retire, Sergey will be getting a shot at the vacant championship, and his opponent could very well be Aspinall. Gane recently contended for the title and got beaten, and Curtis Blades is struggling to recover from his last loss against Pavlovich. So Tom is one of the main contenders for a title shot in the near future, and the fight against Pavlovich, well, that one promises to be very exciting, and it is very possible that this bout could become a potential title bout. However, of course, it all depends not only on the Brit and the Russian. You also have to wait for the Jones versus Miocic fight on November 12th, as anything could change, and, well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens when things become a little bit clearer. Now, UFC fighter Khamzat Chimaev has revealed that he is considering the possibility of a fight against the middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. He also stated his ambitious goal of becoming the first fighter in UFC history to hold championship titles in 3 different weight classes. Okay, yep, that is a very bold statement, but many believe that he does have the skills to back up his aspirations. However, Paulo Costa is already trying to get into Chimaev's head, but some of Costa's behavior, well, it crosses a line. They've probably deeply offended Chimaev.
Got into the studio, yeah. So, you left here? Yeah. Been trying to give it to this guy for like 3 months. No way.
Paulo.
Well, now he's never gonna
My laugh is so good. Oh, damn, Paulo. I think
No,
this
it's
is
from his
what.
cousin. It's from his cousin.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Dude, that's fighting words, bro. Jesus. Oh,
It's for Chimaev.
oh man. This is.
for him.
So, of course, while all of this is going on, Chimaev is not going to stand aside, and he will be responding to things in his own way. He promises that Costa will not go unpunished, and promises to make him cry in the octagon.
That my last opponent talks too much as well, but when it comes to the cage, I squeeze his head off, so I make them cry. I was waiting for big announce. They said we're gonna get to a big fight, so I don't think that guy too big, so I had no problem. I've smashed everybody, so big money. How to wait long time,
Can't hide from me. You can't hide from me. I came to you, motherfucker. I came to you.
Now, this fight is expected to be charged with a lot of emotions and promises to be a very spectacular fight and attract the attention of many fans who have, long been awaiting this fight. But number 2 in the welterweight division, Colby Covington, believes that it is impossible to be sure that the fight between Chimaev and Costa will even take place.
I think even on Makhachev's side coming out, I think that's Ali, obviously. I think that he's looking a little desperate. I think they don't like what they're being told, and they're trying to interject themselves. But, that fight doesn't make sense. They're not going to tie up 2 belts in the desert for no reason. They need this end-of-the-year show. It just so happens that, the media rights are coming to an end at the end of this year, so we know that they're going to want to stack shows and get the biggest and best fights out there before they have to do a new media rights deal. So, I'm in good graces with the UFC because I've said yes every step of the way, Uncle Chael, just like yourself. Never turn down any fights, anyone, anytime, anywhere.
Now, regarding his extended absence from the octagon since September of last year, Chimaev denies that it was his fault, emphasizing his readiness to fight anyone. He claims that once significant money came into play, securing a fight became challenging, and some fighters hesitated to sign contracts citing various reasons. Now, Chimaev is unwavering in his pursuit of multiple titles, expressing his willingness to compete in any weight division, including light heavyweight, where he sought a title fight against Glover Teixeira when Yuri Prochazka got injured. But obviously that fight did not happen. Now, one of the brightest fighters of our time, Zabit Magomedsharipov, who officially announced his resignation from the sport 2 years ago, refused an offer from UFC management to resume his career, despite the fact that the featherweight was guaranteed an immediate title shot. Yes, there was such an offer. I refused, he stated in the next episode of the URF Media podcast. I won't be back, most likely. According to the Russian, his decision to leave professional sports was influenced by a combination of factors, among which he cannot single out any main one, saying, "There were a lot of reasons to end my career. There is no main one among them."
I mean, look,
They did knock me out. And, yo, that was not fun. That guy came in there, samurai ninja, like doing spinning kicks and shit. I'm like, bro, I've never seen anyone do shit like this.
So could Zabit beat Volkanovski or even Max Holloway? Well, possibly in his peak form, he would have posed a serious threat to both stars in that division. Max and Alex already expressed regret that their fight with him never took place after the resignation of Magomedsharipov. His departure caused a lot of regret among fans too. The UFC and the sport of MMA have lost a very bright and talented fighter who could make everyone happy with his extremely exciting fights. So perhaps a meeting with Zabit could have changed Volkanovski's career. And maybe Russia would have had another UFC champion. And at the end of the video, Conor McGregor surprised his wife and presented a Range Rover.
Well, have you in Rangers years? Yeah, since the start I got you into the Rangers, yeah? Wow, look at this. There you go. That is an absolute beauty. Wow. All the kids, yo. All the kids into the back of that. Oh, yes.